Time for another stock review. This time we're talking Ocugen, OCGN. We're back to the laboratory now to do some biopharmaceutical research and to try to find a stock that can make us some money. So what do you think? Is this a stock that can make you some money? Well, we're going to look over the numbers and we're going to decide whether you can make money from the stock. Is this stock going to take you to the moon? What do you think? Are we going to go up to space with this stock? Well, we're going to cover all of that right now, and let's see if this stock can make us some money. Let's get straight into it. This is Ocugen. Now, during this review, you're going to see a fair, open, honest review. I'm not sponsored by anyone to talk about the company and say how great they are. In this review, you're going to see the balance sheet, the numbers, the insolvency score, the profitability score, how it compares to the S&P, the latest charts, looking at the earnings. We're going to look at the latest news, what the company's all about, the website, latest filings. We're also going to present to you the intrinsic valuation. Very, very important. We're going to use AI software to generate the earnings report for you so you can see what they did on the earnings. I'll come to all of that in a moment. We're going to show the financials, the balance sheet, who's buying on the inside, who's selling on the inside. All of this stuff is going to be revealed to you in this video, and to see if this company can make some money for you, and if we can take this stock all the way to the moon. And here we are. Are we about to take off with the stock? And if we do, we'll find our way through space, and our little man is waiting for us on the moon. He's on the moon. There he is, little on the moon man, waiting to find out, can we make some money on this stock? Right, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Cover all the numbers. We're going to start nice and simple for you. There's a companies that Meet the CEO series as well. Click subscribe and ring the bell, tap the like button, and share this out. If you do reply in the comments, I will reply back to everybody. I will reply to every one of my members. So if you are a member, I will answer your questions and reply back to you and answer all those questions. Now, also, we do a Meet the CEO series. We have the CEOs of companies on the show. We've interviewed many. We've got many more to come up as well. So if you want to get your CEO on the show, listen up in a minute and I'll give you information how you do it. All right, it's very, very easy. They love coming on the show. All right, let's start off with the basics. Let's look at the basic line chart where you can see it's collapsed here from when it's listed on December the 3rd, 2014, 10 years ago. It's done nothing but go down. And we've been a penny stock since around about, when was it? We became penny stock in that around about 2020. About 2020, yeah, around about 2019, 20. Anything under $5 is a penny stock. And we've been pretty much a penny stock the entire time. We had a little bounce there, but essentially we're running around that $1, $2, $3, $5 around that time. Really haven't gone anywhere. Now, this sector is very expensive when you are a biopharmaceutical company. It's very expensive. Research, development, things can go wrong very, very quickly. And they can go right very, very quickly too when you get a breakthrough and suddenly everything pops up. Anyway, let's start off with the basics at the moment. Ocugen is a biopharmaceutical company which engages in the development and commercialization of therapies to cure eye disease. Its product pipeline includes OCU400, OCU410, and so on and so forth. Now, you may know that Cathie Wood likes this, but Cathie Wood likes to exaggerate all the time, just say ridiculous numbers to inflate her own ego, it seems. A lot of videos made with Cathie Wood that is scam. A lot of rubbish spoken here. So be very careful when they tell you everything's going to be great and amazing. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm just going to tell you how it is. We're going to look at the balance sheet in a minute. The firm's modifier gene therapy platform is engaged in addressing retinal disease, including retinitis pigmentosa, leber congenital amaurosis, and dry age-related macular degeneration. The company was founded by Shankar Musunuri, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, and Uday Kompella in 2013 and headquartered in PA, Malvern, PA. All right, Pennsylvania, 2013, 65 employees, very small company. Now, Shankar, we'd love to have you on the show. Tell us all about your business, what it is you do. I would love to interview you and talk about you, the person behind the business, learn all about it and share with the world. We very often rank #1 on YouTube for the stocks that we review. So your name will get out there. People will learn more about you. So if you'd like to be on the show, the way we do it is either reach out to me or the investors will reach out to you. I never message myself or sell my services or anything like that. I don't do any of those kind of things. If you want to be on the show, the investors will probably reach out to you. Your investors, they'll create a social group online, whatever it is, Facebook or Reddit or Twitter or wherever it might be. And they may even email you through investor relations with this video. And below in the description of this video, guys, is the invite the CEO video. So you can pass that on as well. And they will contact you, and then you'll be able to be on the show and discuss with me your business. We'd love to tell the world all about it. I don't own the stock. I only own the S&P, so I can be completely impartial and unbiased. I'm not here to promote my own benefit. I'm here just to help people, providing real information live, and I'd love to share your news about your business to the world. Right, if you're buying it on margin, it's regarded as extremely high risk, 100%, so it's very, very high risk. Volume, very low volume, just 5 million average, 1 million today, so no short squeeze territory. We haven't got anything like that going on. No dividend yield, it's losing money, $7.19, a price to earnings, negative $7.19, so you're losing money on this stock. 52-week high, 211, 52-week low, 34 cents. So you can see the volatility there. Things have been going relatively in the right direction. Are we going to turn cash positive? Look at this, slowly trending upwards, things improving. That's not a little bad set of earnings. Still negative, but we're getting closer and closer to the magical zero where we've finally become cash positive. Next earnings will be in August the 14th. If any of my members request it, do a super chat. I will do the earnings for them. Okay. As you can see, I used to own the stock a long time ago, before I was only in the S&P. Long time ago, I'm not in it now. I'm not in any stock right now. I only own the S&P. Who are we in bed with? In other words, what other investors invest with us here? Zomedica, SNDL. Okay, that's a very volatile stock. Zomedica, also Centro, Castor, Ideanomics, and Tonics. There's several here I don't know much about. I know about this one and this one. I've covered both of these, but the rest I don't know. But what I can see is they're all penny stocks, which means it's going to invite a certain style of investor. Those that are very volatile, those that will gamble, those that will short, looking for opportunities to create the next meme craze. All of that, which means the stock can be very volatile. So it's a very dangerous stock to be in. Might be a great business, but at the moment, it's going to be very, very volatile. But that also presents trading opportunities, of course. If we zoom into the 3 months, you can see there's some real buy zones and sell zones. And if you join Sensei on Sunday, I'll give you the link for that in a moment. You can join. In fact, I'll tell you now. It'll be in the description of the video. Join Sensei on Sunday, and if you ask him, he will provide you with a technical chart. I don't do the technical charts. He will provide a technical chart for where to buy and sell, the buy zones, the sell zones, and you can find all these opportunities if you want to scalp trade this stock, which is obviously what it is right now. No question about it. All right, so without further ado, tap the like button and please do consider subscribing. Let's go and see now. Let's dive a little bit deeper in and see if we can make some money on this stock. Can we turn the money printer on? Let's go over now and look at the website and the latest news around the stock. So let's start off with this. Here we go. First of all, how does it compare to the S&P? Well, if you put in 2015 10 grand in the S&P, you'd now have 3x. Remember, every 7 years it doubles. You'd have 30,000, whereas Ocugen 10,000 would turn to $26. Flipping heck. Talk about an absolute disaster. You would not have wanted to put your money in there, would you? Oh my God, can you imagine? 10 grand to 26, that's some loss, isn't it? Anyway, 99% loss 99.9% loss. That's not too good, is it really? Anyway, so let's scroll down and see how that compares visually to the S&P. You can see the macro conditions of 2020 made no difference. Dropped off with the S&P, but didn't do anything with Ocugen because it's already at that point on the floor anyway. So you can see that there. And nothing's really, no macro conditions are playing any part here. So you can see there that because the stock is just flatlining, not really doing anything, macro conditions aren't really affecting it. So you can see it would not be a good investment if you compare it to the S&P, which you have to do because you could have done that, right? So you've got to consider these things. We're just looking at the chart today. You can see the volatility in the stock in just today. You can see how it moves. Now then, May the 14th, we just passed this a couple of weeks ago. It was a beat on normalized actual. EPS was a beat, 1 cent. It's now losing 5 cents a share. EPS gap actual 1 cent, actually losing 5 cents a share. Revenue 1 million. So there's no revenue here. Revenue surprise beat by 1 million. So there you go. There's your latest numbers on the earnings. What about the latest news? Russell 3000, Ocugen among healthcare additions. Let's have a look here. The Russell Index will have a new look on June 28th, a couple of weeks from now, after the market closes, when 225 securities will be added to the 144 securities will be deleted as part of the annual reconstitution. Following some notable healthcare companies, which will be added and deleted as 2024 Russell Index reconstitution. Notable additions is Ocugen. They'll be joining. That's very, very good. That's a very bullish sign to be on the index, of course. Very, very good. We don't need to read any more into that, but it's just worth noting that they'll be joining the Russell. That's a very, very good thing. I'm sure they'd love to be on the main index, but of course that's not going to happen. Or the S&P 500, that's not going to happen. But the Russell 3000 is good, right? It's a good thing to be added. Here's a statement here from the company I wanted to read you. Our leaders have proven a track record for success across the healthcare industry in biopharmaceutical research, commercialization, medicine, and operations. They bring their individual experiences in the public sector and private industry to the collective work we are doing to benefit patients. We share a common goal: identify and develop revolutionary science to bring something unique to the healthcare landscape that has a way to impact disease and conditions like no other therapeutic option can. The Ocugen team is dedicated to and driven by our core values. That's just a statement put out by Ocugen. We got some news here just literally 2 days ago. Data and Safety Monitoring Board approves simultaneous enrollment in cohort 3 and phase 2 initiation in OCU410, a MARDA study for a geographic atrophy. I think there's a line, stop missing there. Anyway, I'll just read the opening paragraph here. Commercializing a novel gene and cell therapies and vaccines today announced a positive outcome for the Data and Safety Monitoring Board review for its phase 1 out of 2 AMADA clinical trial for OCU410. Remember I told you it's all about trials and all the rest of it. It's very expensive to run these trials, but when they get success, the stock can move very, very quickly. A modifier gene therapy candidate being developed for geographic atrophy, GA, an advanced stage of dry age-related macular degeneration. GA affects approximately 2 to 3 million people in the US and Europe combined. 6 subjects with GA were dosed with the phase 1 out of 2 clinical trial to date. 3 subjects were dosed with the low dose and 3 subjects dosed with the medium dose. An additional 3 patients will be dosed with a high dose of OCU410 in the dose escalation phase. The DSMB has recommended to proceed with dosing subsequent GA subjects with the high dose of OCU410 in the dose expansion phase of the study and concurrently initiate phase 2 dosing, said Dr. Peter Chang. No serious adverse effects related have been reported to date in both low and medium dose cohorts. I believe that this marks a critical next step towards determining the maximum tolerated dose for OCU410 and is an important milestone for its clinical development. So things moving in the right direction there. But let's go and look at its financials. Does this business make sense? At the end of the day, if it doesn't have any money and it can't afford to operate and pay its bills, it's not going to do very well for the investor. So let's see how the money stacks up, see if you can make any money from the stock. And we'll start by looking at the intrinsic value. Very, very important metric to look at. Well, if we look at the intrinsic value, you will see that it says it's 59 cents. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, dear. That's better. 59 cents, an overvaluation of 65%. Now, before you run to the hills and go, flipping heck, I'm not buying this then, there's no DCF valuation because the company is so small and the way it reports. We don't have all the information yet. It hasn't been able to prove itself out yet. So this valuation cannot be relied upon. It's the best guess we have for looking at the stock right now, but we can't rely on it to be accurate. Okay, so just bear that in mind. If we scroll down, I've got an AI software here which I just used, and I wanted to use this AI to give me the latest numbers on the earnings. So I'm going to share that with you now, so you can see this now. I asked the AI assistant to give me some information on the earnings, and this is what it said. So let me just line that up for you so it's a bit clearer. Just try and fit that in the box there. The last earnings of 24 provided the following financial figures. Research and development, 6.8 million compared to 10.2 million for the first quarter of 23. General and administrative expense was 6.4 million compared to 8.3 million during the same period. So expenses have been cut. That's good on both counts. So that's good. We like that. Net loss approximately 11.9 million or 0.05 net loss per share for the quarter ended March 31st. 2024. This compares to a net loss of approximately 17 million per share in the first quarter of 2023. So as you can see, the losses have been reduced. Cash and equivalents totaled 26.4 million as of March 31st, compared to 39.5 million as of December 31st. Okay, so cash equivalents total 26.4 million compared to 39 million. So cash and equivalents have gone down. Okay. Let's now move on down. Let's look at the financials. You can see here on the most recent range, we're up 7.1 million, which is up 17%. We're expecting things to fall away into 25 and then explode again in 26. That's when we're really expecting to see this company do well. So it's a long-term play as far as the financials are concerned. Operating income. It's up 8%, and that's expected to fall away though going forward. So a lot of research and development on this company. It's a long-term play. It's not going to make you any money today unless you're scalping it and doing it that way. Net income is up 7%. And again, the same thing, expecting to fall away because we are expecting to spend money. Financing cash flow, 15.2 million. It's down 27%. That's bad. Investing cash flow, we've got no real figure there. Operating cash flow is up 12%. Okay, what about the balance sheet? 51.8 million, 51.8 million on assets, 21 million on liabilities. Now at the 51, we do have 26 million in cash, so it's got a decent bit of cash. Okay, 21.5 million assets and 1.5 million is in long-term debt. So as we can see, just 7.2. So the balance sheet is looking relatively good. We've got a nice, correct balance sheet. We're not upside down here at all. The long-term debt in relationship to its liabilities isn't too bad. So that's not too bad at all. What about scrolling down here? Let's just have a little look. What we've got here, profitability score at the moment, we know this isn't great. 28%. It's not the worst it could have been. We've seen lower, but 28% isn't the worst. Considering they're reinvesting at the moment and they're all about the future, it's not too bad, I guess. Exceptional 3-year growth, exceptional revenue growth forecast. ROE is increasing, just declining ROIC. What about the balance sheet? The balance sheet is good. Like I said, look, all ticks, 58%. They've got cash. Their debts are in control. This is looking quite good. Wall Street give it a very nice upswing, 195%. Worst case scenario, 298% for an average. Oh, the best is 391%. It's nearly a 4x straight out the gate. That's within the next 12 months, folks. So that's very, very interesting. We like that a lot. Insiders have been buying, at least they bought back in 23, a year ago. They've not been buying or selling since then, though. So that's pretty good as well. Short interest, 20%. The stock's being driven down by short interest, so any good news probably come at the end of this year to next year. This stock then would get a short squeeze if we had the volume and the good news, of course. My reviews have made it onto Alpha Spread, as my reviews do, above Yahoo Finance. All of that's because of time order, but my reviews are always here on Alpha Spread. If you want the software, I'll give it to you in a second. And in fact, if you look above my head, on martynlucas.com, you'll find the All Links button. I'll put a link there, and you can go and have a look at my All Links button and find the Alpha Spread link, and you can get my software for free. And if you are a member of mine, you can get a lifetime discount, and you can get the premium plan, which is what I use, which will basically make my membership for free. Very, very good indeed, right? Okay, any more latest news? No. Let me wrap up then this review. What do you think of Ocugen? Well, of course, I don't own the stock. I don't own any stock. I only own the S&P, so you know my reviews are unbiased. I'm not here to pump and dump stocks. I will tell you, though, we will rank number one. I'm absolutely confident of that on YouTube for the stock. We may already do that right now, but we will after this. We always do, 1 or 2. And it's a long-term play. There's a lot of exaggerated information about this stock. I think Kathy Wood likes to exaggerate, but you know, a bit like Elon Musk likes to exaggerate, never really comes off the way they say. It's a very risky company, a very risky sector to invest in. I prefer to buy either Johnson & Johnson, which provides a great dividend, which buys up these sort of companies, or Pfizer, another way of doing it. That's another good way of doing it, or an ETF. But if you are buying this, no, it's a long-term play. It's got a good balance sheet. It's got a good potential. It's got a good upside. If you don't mind waiting and you don't mind the risk, there could be a massive upside here. So with just some good news, we've got enough short interest to start a short squeeze. We just need massive amounts of volume to crush the shorters. But yeah, this could be a good stock if we do get the good news, but it won't be for a year or so. But things could get there. This might be not a bad. Not a bad stock to get as long as you're prepared to wait. So it's not a buy from me because I wouldn't buy it. But let's say I was buying stock. Would I buy it? I would say I would like to do more research and wait and find out when we're likely to see it bounce. I know it's a year away, but the precise catalyst that could start this. So for me, it's certainly one for your radar. If you like this sector, and you might consider it, but be very careful. This can go down just as quickly as it went up, and if any of the trials come off badly, then the stock's back down to like 50 cents again. So anyway, be very, very careful. Click above my head for all the links. If you want alpha spread, martynlucas.com. You'll find all the links up there. I will put a poll on X as well. You might want to vote. Is this a buy, hold, or sell for you? We get a lot of information from there, learning about the sentiment of stock by you doing that. Down below in the description as well, if you look in there, you'll find my alpha spread link and all the other links. And over here, I'll put my playlist of all the stocks I've reviewed, nearly 200 stocks now. And down here, I'll put the Ocugen playlist. So you can see any news as it comes out, it will get added here, and it's in the playlist, and you can be updated at any moment. All right, there you go. I hope someone invites the CEO on the show. I'd love to learn more about it. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.